Welcome to DCR TV's Dave TV for the 11th of May, 2011. You've got it all, WMAL. Listening to them this morning, they have, I don't know, this station really needs to start being less crappy. Every day in their morning news, they have to tell us that Virginia Governor Bob McDonnell, a Republican, is on a trade mission in Japan and China. I mean, he hasn't signed any big deals or anything. That might be news. But I don't, just the fact that they have to tell us in their morning news every morning that Governor Bob McDonnell is on a trade mission in China and Japan. I mean, I almost waiting for them to break into Rush Limbaugh in the middle of the show. Breaking news from WMAL News. Governor Bob McDonnell is on a trade mission in Japan and China. Ooh, and he's keeping busy. I mean, this radio station needs to get rid of the crappiness. Okay. Yesterday they had a cool morning show on there, and today it's a crappy morning show. They got another ex-Virginia governor on there doing the morning show today, Jim Gilmore, and he's awful. It's like let's have some guy from some Republican or GOP or right-leaning think tank, and we'll just have a parade of them being co-hosts. Maybe that works for a fill-in for a week or two, but it gets old. WMAL needs to settle down and pick a morning show team, okay? Funny. I don't care if it's right-leaning, but entertaining. They need to make a decision on that. Fred Grandy left, back in February or something? It's been 2 or 3 months now. They need to settle down and say, okay, we're going to Brian Neiman paired with whoever. Michael Steele, Major Garrett, hopefully not, what's his face? Joe DeGeneva. Or that Mary Catherine Pork lady, the lady who's named after meat. So anyhow, WMAL, get off the can there. I'm really getting into Gary. I'm really rediscovering my Gary Newman. Love this guy. What else did I want to tell you today? Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. We're getting a look today at the weekend ratings. These are the weekends, DC radio market, age 25-54, okay? What are you listening to on the weekends? Couple of surprises in here, actually. 24th place, WJFK. And they're tied. They're actually tied with a station that isn't even a radio station. They're tied with this little Spanish outlet there. Crazy. Oh, and they're also tied with QSR and WIOI. 2 Baltimore stations actually get as many weekend listeners as WJFK, that big sports talker, does. Interesting. 23rd place on the weekends, 25-54, both sexes, WAVA. Frederick's Country WFRE at 22nd. WTEM does a little better than JFK at 21st place. Classical music, 20th place on the weekends in Washington. 19th place, Country from Fredericksburg at 19th, FLS. WBQB at 20th place. Country music. It's interesting how much better this station does than JFK does on the weekends. Actually, it's not too bad for the old turgid classic rocker WVRX, 17th place, 105.9 The Edge. PGC is 16th place, and LZL is 15th place. Again, no CBS stations in the top 10, but CBS is getting used to that. They kind of like that. I think CBS and Lanham is making sure we don't want to have any of our stations in the top 10 in the Washington market. That's not a good thing. They're doing a good job of that. 13th place, again, CBS is Fresh, 94.7. Tied with Praise. 12th place, Christian Contemporary, GTS. Tied for 10th place, WAMU, with Sam Litziger's Urinary Veterinary Show. He has a show that he talks about urinary conditions in cats and dogs. Actually, it's a good show. Pet something, Pet Talk, whatever. Oh, Gary, more Gary. Remember this Gary Newman album, Two Boy Army? Yeah, this is cool, isn't it? Let's see, what else? I wanted to get Down in the Park. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th song on here. Number 5. I love this song. This is great. Reminds me of the old 102.3. Okay, anyhow, 10th place we have WMAL and Big. 9th place on the weekends, Magic 102.3. DC 101 is 10th place or 8th place. MGQ is 7th place. WKYS is 6th place. WHUR is 5th place. What's that? Oh my goodness! An earthquake! There's an earthquake! Hold on! Yeah, that's right. Quake news. We had an earthquake. Why? Because WTOP isn't in first place. WTOP is actually in 4th place on the weekends in the 2554 both sexes demo. Amazing. 3rd place, Mix 107.3. 2nd place, Hot 99.5. And 1st place is Wash. For the Wash, Adult Contemporary. That's the top station for weekends in the Washington market. Now, we left somebody out. Where the hell was WMAL? Where the hell were they? We're doing all these stations. This is a major station, right? There's WMAL on the weekends. That's right. That's not a typo. 34th place. So all those guys that buy time, like Rick Edelman, 34th place on the weekends. Nobody's listening. Whoa. I'm going to turn off Gary there for a second so I can clear the deck here for you. Let's play a few little jingly binglies for you today. Got a few things. Let me see. I wanted to say one other thing. Well, I will. My brain is going crazy. I'm losing my mind. Yeah, let's do the jingles here. Let's see. Where's my jingly thing? Damn it! Where did I put that directory? I can't find it. DC RTV audio. I can't find it. Here it is. Okay, let's listen to these things. Let's see. Play. Listen.
Now Washington has an oldies station playing nothing but the biggest and best oldies ever made. At 100.3 FM, this is the new Oldies 100. The biggest oldies. Oldies 100. The new Oldies 100. Washington's big oldies station. The biggest oldies. Oldies 100. The biggest oldies. The best oldies. The new Oldies 100 FM.
Okay, those are some jingles from 1993, Oldies 100. Back when it was a cool station, anywho. I also wanted to make mention of a few things here. First of all, let's go down here. See that? Spam. Okay, that's about a day or two's worth of spam in my spam filter on Google Mail. Okay, a lot of people will sometimes say to me, or people often say to me, Dave, we sent you something, a news brief or an email for the mailbag, and you didn't run it. Why not? Well, I get a lot of email here at DCRTV, and a lot of it Google just shoves into the spam filter. I don't know why it does. And I daily will go through the spam and look through, and, if things stand out, I'll say, oh, that shouldn't be in the spam filter. But that happens. I have some other email accounts, and the same thing happens. And I'll tell you, if you send me a news item and it's not up within a day or so, just drop me a line and say, hey, Dave, I sent you something. Why didn't you run it? No big deal. It's usually because it goes 98% of the chance, 98% of the time, it's because it went into the spam filter and I didn't find it because there's 900 messages there from a day or two and I just can't sort through everything. So, if you send me an email and you wonder why it hasn't been posted and it wasn't libelous, you didn't say something horribly slanderous about somebody and it didn't get posted, that's probably the reason. Just resend it or drop me an email saying, hey Dave, why didn't you run that thingy dingy? Okay, that's the big news today on the 11th of May. Hartley Atkins, he's the head of Clear Channel here in DC and Baltimore. He's adding the title of Senior Vice President of Operations for all of Clear Channel's stations in the Southeast USA. The one thing you got to say about Clear Channel, whether you like their stations or not, they perform. The Clear Channel has 5 stations in Washington, and most of them are in the top 10. DC 101, MZQ, Hot 99.5, Wash, not big, but those 4 stations are always in the top 10 every week. They perform. And DC 101 for a corporate rocker sounds pretty damn good. I really think you like Hartley, don't like Hartley. I think Clear Channel, as far as a cluster with a lot of stations in the Washington market, I think they do a very decent job with their stations. They're not stuff to write home about. They're not the greatest radio stations in the world. But the Kane Show, Elliot on DC 101, Kane on Hot 99.5, Lou and Laurie, now Boxer on MZQ. They're all becoming major top 10 performers, top 5 performers. And that's something that poor old CBS needs to maybe take a lesson from here in the Washington market. CBS frequently, with their 4 FMers in the market, often, most of the time, doesn't have a station in the top 10. Now, PGC does make some good money, but, and JFK does get mail demos. They have highlights, but overall, the market, their cluster suffers. Okay, folks, that's Dave TV for today. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to stay tuned.